Good morning, everybody. I am here. I'm glad to be here. It took me a little while to get here. We had a live broadcast scheduled, and I have some things to learn. If you schedule it for 10 o'clock when you told everyone 11, it's kind of hard to get going. So I am very glad to see some of you folks in the chat. I'm going to chat with you for a little bit to try to let some other people find their way here. I see Jan is here from California. That's great. And oh, to be me too. I think you're down in Florida. Nice to have you with us. Debbie from Chicago again. Always a pleasure to see you. Pamela Commons is here. That's great. I'm hopeful that we'll have some other people come in. I don't want to wait too long to start the sale, even though it's my fault that we're waiting for an audience, because I have a lot of things that I'd like to show you, and I know that's what you came here for. So I'm going to give a couple of moments just to see if a few more people show up. And then we will start, and then we'll go on from there and see how we do. So I am having fun with these sales. This one is the Back to Old School sale. A lot of things are going to be childhood related, things that are whimsical, and then just to shake it up, about every 5 items I'm going to put in something that's completely not related, maybe a piece of glass, or I've got a nice enamel plate. I have some interesting things for today, so I think that we'll have fun. Hi, Joanne. It's nice to have you here. I'm glad that you're there. Hi, JC. I'm glad people are finding their way over here. I had a little bit of trouble getting things rolling today. It seemed that the feed was set for the wrong time. That is an operator error on my part. So people are just starting to figure out that we're here, but we're actually in a different feed. So without any further ado, for you folks who are here already, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to try to get started here with a few things, and we'll just kind of take it slow. And hi, Jan. Well, gosh, I hadn't planned on jewelry per se, but I am going to do a drop sale. I think as there's a group of us doing a drop sale on the 28th, and I'm going to mainly feature jewelry in that. So you'll have a chance at some jewelry there as well. That's in conjunction with Trusty Huckster Mercantile and a bunch of other folks who are doing shows. And just as a programming note, this afternoon, well, actually evening at 8 o'clock Eastern, and that one is definitely scheduled right because I checked after I had this one. You are going to see me at Rosie's Antique or Rosie's Auction House, or you can go to the live channel here, and we are simulcasting. We're going to do a Fenton convention, wrap-up, reunion, and sale. So we'll have some fun with that. Anyhow, so to get started here, because I know that you folks who found your way here are, time is precious. We all have things to do. So let's go ahead and get started on our first lot here, and hopefully some more people will find their way in. It looks like we've got about 25 now. So thank you all for being here and making your way. The first item I'm going to put up for bid, it is both of these for one price. And this is My Mother and Little Anne and Her Mama, and these are just the sweetest picture books. They are Victorian, they have wonderful graphics, they are not in wonderful condition, they are quite old, and they have had a life and a half, I would say, but they have some wonderful graphics. I'm going to go ahead and show you, and I'm going to go ahead and put in, Sean Bevins is going to try to get here and help us out, but she had an appointment, so right now I am the starter and ender of things. So we're going to start with a starting bid of $5. You're welcome to bid, but I'll give a little moment to show you some of these things because they're so great. Oh, thank you, Sean. I'm here too, and we're starting to get people trickling in. We had a little bit of problem with the feed today, so we're just getting started. So they are definitely well loved, but let me show you why, because they have such great graphics. So you have Mother with the baby on the front here. These are going to be 1890s. And they just have these loose sort of tied spines, so it's not something that is a really super intact thing because it was all just joined at one corner. But here it is Look at the great graphics on these. And yes, LaDonna, I am so sorry. It was supposed to be at 11 all along. I didn't realize when I put in 10 o'clock thinking that meant Eastern that they were reading my time zone. Anyway, I'm so sorry about that. So these are 1890s. $5 is the starting bid. If anyone's interested, it is for both. Here's some more of the graphics. Isn't that so sweet with her in the cradle? And here's one in the parlor. And I think these are just beautiful and so interesting. There's Mother Who Dressed My, and it's both books, Who Dressed My Dolls in Clothes So Gay and Taught Me Pretty How to Play and Minded All I Had to Say. Mother. It's very fun. So that is one. The other one is Uncle Ned's picture books, Little Ann and Her Mama. So a lot of emphasis on mom with these. Now this one has a binder, a sewn binder, which is the way they did it back then for children's books especially. And it has some really fun graphics too. And again, it's a little threadbare. So $5 is the opening bid on both of these books if anyone is interested in them. I think maybe just for the prints or pictures or taking them out, it might be fun. So I'm going to hold them up one more time. I know we've got some more people coming in here. And so, and some new folks. We've got 33 now. Thank you very much for catching up with me. I'm so sorry about the issue earlier. So $5 if anyone is interested in these, and if not, we will move on to another thing. We may come back to those when we've got some more folks in here. But they are really cool, and they are something very different. So if there's anybody out there who is interested, go ahead and make a bid now. Otherwise, we'll go ahead. Hey, Susie Cal, nice to see you here. LaDonna at 5. Well, thank you, LaDonna. I appreciate that. I think that they're very cute, and I think you'll have fun with them. And well, thank you. I'm glad my presentation is priceless because my ability to work the controls is a little lacking this week. I've had a few problems. So thank you for being so patient. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning on these. So if anyone else is interested, now is your chance. But these are going once, going twice, and gone, sold, and we're going to put in the bid and I'm going to let Sean do that. She is helping us today. I'm very grateful for that, and we're going to, I'm going to try to see if I can get my feed on too so I can see when the bid end comes in on my phone, because I think that will make things a little easier there. Ah, there we go. So very good. So thank you, LaDonna. Those are going to be for you. I know you sent me your information. I think I have a couple of other things I need to pack for you. And so we'll try to just combine the shipping, and these probably won't cost anything extra to put in at all. So there we go. Well, we're going to do another little paper lot here while we let some more people filter in here. I think we've got about 39. I see Uncle Andy and Sunshine. I see Stripey one is here. Hello, nice to see you. And so it's great to have all you folks with us. This second lot is also going to start at $5, and this is a lot of Valentines, and these are some really cute older ones. This one here looks like it's 1920s or 30s. It's got very sweet graphics inside. Most of these have been written in or written on, but there's that. And I'm going to go ahead, Sean, we'll go ahead and start the bid on this. Again, it's going to be $5 starting bid for the entire lot of these. So $5 is your opening bid. I'm going to go ahead and show you them individually while we look. Sativa Queen, good morning. Nice to have you here. So these vary. That first one we saw was 1930s. We have a whole bunch from the 50s here, and you'll see the mechanicals, which I always like. Carol Bloom at $5 is our opening bid. Thank you, Carol. And we've got the little turtle there. We have this guy who is... it looks like he was beating a drum and beat it too hard, or else the dog jumped through there. I'm not sure what's going on. Uncle Andy's at $6. We've got this one, Don't Be a Feather Rain, Be My Valentine. This one's a little older. This is 1930s or 20s even, and you can see this is where you would fold. Oh, it says 1932. Someone wrote in pencil on the back to somebody from Edward, and I thought that was very sweet. So we have that one. We have a Sign for You and Let Me Treat You Right. a hoot and a howl, because we've got an owl. People are owl crazy, so that's good. This one's a really neat one too. This one is, his pants say, "I need a wife." Um, hearty greetings. And yes, Sean, I'll try to do the starting bids early before I start talking this time. I'm starting to get a rhythm for this. So this is another one in the collection. And again, it's all for one price. Uncle Andy at 6 is our current high bidder. Here's this guy eating porridge, and this one who's the Swami. I'm going to hold all these up one more time, and I'm going to call fair warning on this because we are going to wind this up real soon here. So this is the entire lot of Valentines. We have a $6 high bid currently, and this is everything that comes with it. And we are at $7 with Joy Maness. Please get your final bids in because we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold. So we're going to wait for the bid end to be put in here, and then we will figure out who our winner is. And yes, it is a good price for these. One thing about me messing up the feed this morning is I think you folks might get some good deals because we've got about 44 people in the chat now. I'm sure or in the watching now. I'm sure we'll have more. But it's a good time to bid early before people catch on that there's a sale going here. Carol Bloom for $8, you are the high bidder. Thank you very much. I have your other package ready, and these don't really weigh anything, so I think I can just slide it in there. So we should be able to get those going for you really soon. My next little piece here I'm going to put up. I wanted to do things that were childhood related, and these were originally more geared for children, although it's adults who caught on to them and collect them now. This is a Josef Figurine. I know a lot of you folks are familiar with these. These were made in Japan, and they will often say Josef Originals. This is the earlier ink stamp there, and then they would put on, of course, the jewels here. All the jewels are related to the birthday, and Sean, we're going to go ahead and start her at $7. So $7 is the opening bid on the Josef Original. What can I tell you about her? She's September, so she has the blue stones for the September birth month, and she's got the mark on the bottom. She's got the nice label on the side here, and it's supposed to be sapphires because it's September, so it says September Sapphire by Josef. We've got Jan Grant at $7 as our opening bidder. So she has her bouquet with her little sapphires in it for September. One thing that I want to point out too is the eyes are black. Notice that the eyes are black rather than brown. They changed to brown at some point. I think in the 1970s they started painting the eyes brown, in the late 70s. And so you can tell the older ones from the newer ones that way. Sativa Queen says they remind me of my Italian grandmother. Oh, that's sweet. So she must have had a collection of these. My sister had a few of these when we were growing up, and there is what you can see of her there. So Jan Grant is at $7. We're going to go ahead and call fair warning on this because we want to keep moving along here, and I want to make sure that we can get through all of our lots that we have today. So we are at $7, and we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold, bid end. So let's see if anyone else got in there, or else Jan's going to get this for a great deal. It's a very cute little piece. And we'll just wait for that to come up. Oh, someone came in at the last second there with another bid, so we're going to see. And it's actually Christine K. Christine, you are the high bidder, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry about that, Jan. Your backup bid came in just a second too late. So Christine, for $8, that's going to be yours. And I don't know if I have your information, but for all of you, if you're the high bidder today, please do go to send me an email at theantiquenomad@gmail.com. And then I will get you an invoice. I'll just need your PayPal and shipping addresses. And if you prefer to pay by Cash App or Venmo, you can let me know that too. Okay, so our next item here is going to be choice. And for any of you who are Beatrix Potter fans, I think you'll enjoy this little choice. Oh, thank you, Christine. I do think I have your info, but please do send it again. Even if you think I've got it, it's just better if I know that I have it and I have it current, because sometimes these things fall out of the listings and the saved information that we have. Hi, Jeanette. I see Jeanette Nance is here. Okay, so our next grouping, it's going to be choice. They are Beatrix Potter, and it's going to be a choice between 2 books or the figurine. And the figurine is Benjamin Bunny, and this is a Bestwick, so it's an earlier one. We're going to start these at, I think we'll go ahead and start this at $12 choice. Sean, so if you don't mind to put in $12 choice is the starting bid, you folks are welcome to bid, and I'll tell you a little more about these as we look. So first let's look at the books. Beatrix Potter was such a popular children's writer, and she started doing these around 1909, 1910, and they really took off. She'd been rejected many times, and she finally found someone who would publish them as little books, and then they ended up being a huge hit. There's always a nice graphic at the beginning. There's Ginger and Pickles playing around, and here we've got the mice on the scale playing around in the back. I think they're just really fun, and this might be fun to read to grandkids or show off. And this one was originally 1909. This one says that it is copyright renewed 1937. So this is a 1930s issue, as is the story of Miss Moppet. And Miss Moppet, of course, is Beatrix Potter anthropomorphized all of these animals, and then they got to do wonderful things and live in this great community together and have many adventures. So Miss Moppet, she seems like she's having a bad day. So it is $12 choice to start. The figurine is Benjamin Bunny. It's by Bestwick. Bestwick got the rights to make the Beatrix Potter figures and started doing them in the 1940s, because by then these books were so popular and there were several generations who were familiar with them. So that was the beginning of all of the Beatrix Potter craze. And so a lot of people collect these little figures. They're all hand painted. Bestwick was eventually absorbed into Royal Albert, so the later ones have a Royal Albert stamp rather than the Bestwick stamp, and that is the story on them. They're all hand painted. They're really nicely done. And if anyone's interested, go ahead and put in that starting bid of $12, or else we'll move on to another item. I know we have a little bit of a lag too. It seems like the signal's pretty strong on my end today, so hopefully at least we'll have that going for us. And okay, well, we'll go ahead and put these aside for now then. Oh, no, we've got a bid. Sativa Queen, thank you. I know there's a lag and I have to be a little bit more patient. And hi, Nesting Haven, nice to see you here. And yes, it is fun that there's the figures to go along with the books. That's why they started doing the figures, is because these characters were so popular that they really wanted to be able to have, and I see your lag is atrocious, so okay, we're going to try to be a little more deliberate here then. We have a $12 bid. It is choice. If anyone else is interested, let us know. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning, meaning that get your last bids in, because these are going to sell at choice, and we will know soon who gets them and for how much. So yes, I think it's great they did the figures. They did almost every major character, and I think there's about 40 books, so there's about 40 figures you can collect to go with the books, and they're just very sweet. And I'm going to go ahead and wind this one down. We are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, bid end. It'll take a little bit for that to get into the chat too, so if anyone else is out there bidding, we'll find out. Otherwise, these will go to, it'll be choice for Sativa Queen, and I need to hang on to them so that she can tell us which one she wants after we see the bid end. But it does seem like the lag is very long today, so I'll try to be a little more deliberate and patient about this. Sativa Queen, it is your choice at $12 each. You can let us know if you're interested in the figure or the books or both. They are available to you, so let us know in the chat. We'll give her just a minute, and she'd like the bunny figure. Very good. Okay, well, we'll put the books aside for another day then. We have some other interesting books that are old children's books too that I think you'll really enjoy as we get on here. So let me just make a note of this. And Sativa Queen, I think I still have your package from yesterday. I packed it, but I don't think I sent it, so we can actually add this to it and combine shipping for you. If any of you have bought from me at other sales this week, if I haven't already sent out the item, I'll be glad to combine shipping on these. I think we're going to go ahead and do something a little different here. I said this was mainly childhood and whimsy, but we're going to pick out something that is a little different that's along the whimsical line. And that is going to be this piece here. And we're going to start this at $15. So $15 is the opening bid. Hi, Pamela Blanchard. Nice to have you here. I'm glad people are finding their way to the sale. We had a little bit of trouble with the timing of the broadcast. I scheduled it on my time zone, which told the computer that I wanted to start an hour earlier, which was not my intent. I'm not on Eastern time. This one is starting at 15. This is Bovano. This is made in Connecticut, and it's enamelware on, I believe, probably copper. It's hard to tell because of the way they finish it. It doesn't actually tell us what the material is underneath. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is the enameling on the top. These typically sell for as much as $30 and $40. So if any of you, since we, if any of you are resellers, you might want to think about picking this one up. I did get 40 or 45 for the other Bovano piece that I sold online. So they are nice. It's about 7 inches around. The quality's really good. I just think they're a lot of fun. They have this modernist aspect that's really fun. Susie Cal at 15 is our opening bid. Thank you. We've got Back Alley Trash and Treasure with us. Nice to see you. So Susie Cal at 15 is our opening bidder on the nice Bovano enameled plate here, the 7-inch one. They would have to, of course, paint in all of this using enamel, which is sort of a glass and paint suspension mixed together, and then they would fire it. So this all has texture. It's not just flat. When you feel it, the whale is raised, the little water spouts here are raised, these little waves are raised. And so this is a piece that I just think is really cute. People seem to really like them. They go well online, and I think that the Bovano label is going to be one of the ones that you'll want to be on the lookout for if you're out there as a collector or a reseller, because people are starting to catch on to these. It's not just the West Coast made enamelware that's of value anymore. So I'm going to call fair warning on this. We've got Susie Cal at 15. If anyone else is interested in this, please get your bids in because this is your last chance. We are going to sell this piece in just a moment here. And this one, yes, it would be, I agree. It would be a cute piece for a nursery, also for an adult because it's cool. I tried to bring things that all had a childlike feel today, even if they were not specifically for kids. I just thought this was fun. So we are going to sell this item. We are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold, bid end. So we will let the bid end come in there and see if anyone else put a bid in. Otherwise, and yeah, we've got LaDonna at 18 and Susie Cal at 19. So you folks were smart to jump in at the last minute there because this is going to go to somebody. And there we go. It's bid in, and Susie Cal for $20. This is yours. And I am very happy that you like it. I do too. Nesting Haven says that up where she is, which I think is Maine if I remember right, that you've got a lot of beach house cottages, and that's the kind of thing that goes well there. And I agree, Sean, we've got Susie Cal at $20, so that is great. Thank you very much for that. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm going to grab something here and bring it up. It might take me just a second. There's one. Okay. You're probably seeing little bits of my hands and arms coming into the screen. Yes, I'm a big kid too, Sativa. I think that that's, there is something to be said for keeping a childlike attitude about things. Kids have fun because they're not thinking about all the hard stuff that adults are thinking about all the time. And you know what? They might have the right idea. Okay, so this is going to be choice, and this is going to be a little bit tricky for me to show. I probably should have given this a little thought before, but I'm going to do it this way, and I think you'll get the idea. I'm going to have to tell you a little bit. It's like I get to play house with you guys. Okay, so what we have, and it's choice, and we're going to start these at just $5 each. So $5 is the starting bid. And here it is. It is choice between these two children's china sets. We've got a couple of really cute little tea sets for kids, and they're rather different from each other. So the one in the front here, and again, $5 choice. We'll let that get into the chat there. There we go. So the first set here, I'm going to go ahead. This one I think I can hold up by itself. Okay, so here's the first set. It is a miniature set. It has these really great little floral patterns, this lavender paint. It's hard to decorate this small. I mean, when you talk to people who do miniatures, they said, this amount of detail, especially with, look at, all the little painting and the little drops. I mean, it's hard for me to actually hold it straight. Let me see if I can set this down, and maybe I can hold the teapot up so you can see this. So these are Japanese, and they're going to be 1960s vintage or 70s vintage, but they are really sweet, and there's so much detail. All of the painting here, the whole thing is only about 4 inches wide on the tray. So that is the, yes, I would go cross-eyed painting it too, absolutely. And yeah, Tammy, I think they're really sweet, and they are $5 opening bid. So if you would like to have them at your house, well, you'll have to compete with JC, who has bid $5 choice, and these are choice. Now the other one, I'm going to try to hold up the whole thing on here. There we go. Here is our set. It's got this girl with the watering can and her little kitty cat there. They are marked Made in Japan. And she has just the sweetest countenance on her face, and I just thought that this was a really sweet set. This one's a little bigger than the other one, as you can tell, because this one, it's the whole service for tea with 4 cups and saucers and the sugar and cream and the teapot. None of these have any damage, which is pretty good considering they were made for children. So it's basically, the choice is going to be between these two here, the little girl or the lavender set. And these are fun. This is something a little different than we usually see at live sales. This is why I wanted to do this theme. I just thought it would be fun to do some things that, I love glass, I love pottery, I love all that stuff. We are going to have some fun glass in this sale too, a little bit. But I thought it'd be fun to show some different things this time. So we have a bid of $13, Tammy Renee Walker, and we are going to go ahead and call fair warning here. It's going to be choice. I'm just going to hold up the teapots because it's too much to try to hold up all of it together. It's going to be choice between the set with the little girl and the watering can, or the lavender set and flowers, and the high bidder gets choice of either or both. And we have Jenny at 16, and we are going once. We are going twice, and we are gone, sold, bid end. We're going to let that go into the chat, and we will see who our winner is here in just a second. And again, they will have their choice between this set and the other set here, which I want to try to hold up carefully. There we go. So it'll be choice between these. And Jenny, Spruce and Gussied at $18, you are the high bidder. So will you let us know in the chat if you are interested in the floral set, the little girl set, or both? I'm going to just hold the teapots up now at this point because I'm making myself a little bit nervous. These won't be heavy to ship, even though there's a lot of pieces to wrap because they're small. So That'll be easy. Hello, Southern Mermaid. Nice to have you with us again. I'm glad everybody has found their way here. And Jenny, if you'll just let us know which set you would like to have, or both. The little girl set for your niece. Aw, that's really sweet. Well, thank you. And then we had Star Lacey is our backup bidder. If you are interested in the floral set, please let us know, because that one is still available. And I'm going to make a note here of the choices here. Sorry about this. One moment. Okay. And Star says yes to that. Okay, well, that's wonderful. Thank you. I'll put you down for that. I've got Star Lacey for that one, and I've got Jenny, Spruce, and Gusty. I know that Star, you bought something from me in the last day or two, and I got your information. I may not have even sent the package yet. I think I have it packed, and so if that's the case, I will try to combine shipping for you. And if it turns out that I've actually already sent that package, well, then we'll just have to do this as a separate one. But I'm pretty sure. Well, I honestly can't remember. I honestly think I took it to the post office this morning. Darn. Well, anyway, we'll work it out. Thank you very much. And since, you know what, since we had fun with children's dishes, let's do one more lot of those. I'm going to go ahead and pick these up. I think these are so cute. These are from the 1920s and early 30s, and my mother, who's turning 90 next month, remembers them from when she was a little kid. And these are going to be your choice, and the choice starts at $10 each. Let's turn it around so you can see the graphics. So it's $10 each choice, and it is the choice between the serving bowl or the little mug. The little mug, I think this one was made by Homer Laughlin, looking at the shape of the handle. They did a lot of these in the early 30s. This one says Hickory Dickory Dock, and again, $10 each is the starting price on these. It's got no damage. It's got a little bit of a factory flaw there, just this little bump. That's kind of typical. Yeah, my mom is, I'm excited. I'm going to try to film her collections and show you guys in a video at some point. So the choice is between Hickory Dickory Dock or this plate, which I think is so sweet. I go here, says the fork, and I go here, says the spoon. This is when we're teaching our kids to use utensils on their own. So they have this special child's dish that has a place for them to rest their items and a big wide rim, so if they spill stuff, it goes back in the bowl. It's got this great graphic here. And hi there, Shauna Pogue at $10 is our opening bidder for choice. Thank you very much. Yeah, look how neat that is. They're feeding the teddy bear in the high chair. I just think that's darling. Now, this one was made, it says made for international silver by Salem, China. Well, the reason that they were making it for international silver is international silver would have made the child's fork and spoon that went on this piece. So this was a piece for them to sell with their cutlery. And I thought that was kind of interesting. And yes, she actually, yes, my parents were in their 30s when they had me, which was unusual back in that day. So because of that, yes, she had me when she was older. So we have a bid of $10 choice. So I'm going to call fair warning on these. If you folks are interested, this is your chance to get in a bid. It's going to be choice between Hickory Dickory Dock mug or this really cute child's plate where the fork and saucer, the fork and spoon go. And we are at fair warning, and we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold and bid end. And unless someone comes in with a last minute bid, I think I know who our winner is, and we're going to let them have choice. And I will make a note here. Yes, okay, so Shauna Pogue, if you will please let us know in the chat which one or both of these that you would like at choice. And we will put one or both of them aside for you and just have you send your information to me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com. And oh, yeah, yep, the mouse ran up the clock. And Shauna would like both. Well, thank you very much. I think they're very sweet and you will enjoy having them. 20 for the pair. Okay. we'll set those down. And, you know, I think we should look at some books, or a book now, because we have one wonderful book, and it's an older version of The Wizard of Oz. I have just gotten a huge collection of Oz books. I think they had almost every one in the series, including some really valuable, hard to find ones. Hi, Corrine. Nice to see you. So, The Wizard of Oz, of course, we all know the story. It was so popular, it came out in movie form in the 30s, and that kicked reissues of the books. But the books were originally written in the early 1900s. L. Frank Baum, of course, did the ones that we're most familiar with. And we're going to start this, by the way. This one will start at $12. So $12 is our starting bid on this. This one has, this one is a, I believe, early 1950s reprint of the original Bob's Merrill. They reprinted these several times over the head. Sean asked, can you wrench her? Oh, I'm so sorry, Sean. Yes, this is going to sound so dumb. I have never actually done that, and I don't honestly know how. That is so funny. Everybody in the world knows how to do this stuff. Let me see if there's anything I can easily do to make that happen. I know everybody else in the world who does these has done that. I haven't actually had a moderator before, so I'm sorry. We'll figure that out. We'll get that done for Shauna in the future because she's sure been a lot of help. So Shauna at $12 is our opening bid on this one. And it talks all about, well, there's the cyclone, and it's got some nice graphics. There we are with the Tin Woodman and Toto. I think it's really fun. Oh, click the 3 dots to the right of her name, honey. Thank you. I am so glad that somebody knows more than I do. The only thing is I'm not seeing, whoops. Bear with me here. All right. Well, Pamela, you are smarter than I am because I cannot find 3 dots to the right of her name. So we'll figure this out later. We'll get it going. In the meantime, let me see here what else I can show you about this. It's just a great book. It's completely intact. It doesn't have anything wrong with it. And what's neat is because it was the 50s edition, the inside is all of the pictures from the movie. So I think that's really cool. Hover over the name. Okay, everyone's trying to teach me something here. Yeah, for some reason it's not doing it on my end, and I don't understand why. So I'll have to figure this out. Sorry about that. I am not the tech guy, I have to tell you. So we're going to do, we're at fair warning on this. We have a bid of $12, and we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone and sold. And we are just going to put in the bid end, but I think that we have the, I think we have our winner already, and it looks like it's going to be Shauna, and she is at $14, unless something else came in. And yes, Shauna, that is yours. Thank you very much. I think you'll really enjoy that. I've got a couple more Oz books that are going to come up later in a choice, so we'll have some fun with that. Let's see. Well, it wouldn't be childhood for girls if there weren't some dolls involved. So let's go ahead and put up a choice of Shirley Temples. And we're going to start these at $10 each. So it's $10 choice. So if you're a Shirley Temple fan, you're going to know better than I am which movies these represent. And I have one that's sort of rattling around because I took the lid off the box so you could see her better. But these are by Ideal. Ideal was the company that got the rights to do the Shirley Temple dolls in the 1930s. And in the 1970s, there was a real, now Zeno is not feeling well today, otherwise I would be asking him, save me. But he is, unfortunately, he is in bed. He's, yeah, he'll be okay, but he's not doing well today. Anyway, Choice of Shirley Temple starts at 10. She was in so many movies, and each of these costumes represents a different one. Ideal made these in the 1970s because Shirley Temple had a huge revival. All of her movies started to be re-released, and grandparents started showing their kids, and there ended up with this new generation who was aware of Shirley Temple and what she was about and how cute she was in the movies. Little Princess and Heidi, thank you. I figured this one was Heidi. I did not know Little Princess. And I just thought that these were really cute and really fun, and we did sell some before, so I thought I'd put them out in case someone's interested. $10 is the starting bid, and if you collect these and you say, well, gee, I really like them, but I'd like something from another movie, shoot me an email because I've got about half a dozen of these as well. So Pamela Commons at 11 is our opening bidder. Let me go ahead and get that up there. Thank you, Pamela. I think that's what that meant. If it doesn't, let me know, because I don't want to I don't want to put you in there if that wasn't what that meant. But I think that I see that as a number, unless it was mistyped. So let me know if that's the case. Otherwise, we will. Well, we'll just take a look at these. I want to, oh yes, okay. They reissued in the 70s and then again in the 80s. So these actually have a date on them, 1982, as you see there. So, so that is when these are from. They're a lot of fun. They've never been played with. I don't think they've ever been out of this box. I got these from a collector who just sat them up and came there. Your name came from Captain January. Oh, that's so cool. That is really interesting. I love that, actually, and that's really interesting. My niece's name's Star, and the inspiration for that was not actually from Shirley Temple, so it's interesting to know that there was that reference as well, so that's a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning on these. If it was a mistype, okay. No problem, Pamela. You are not obligated to these at all. But if anyone is out there interested, go ahead and put a bid in now at $10 choice. Otherwise, we will move on and do some other stuff because I want you all to have fun and get to see some more things while we're here. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. If someone is out there interested, just let us know in the chat. We can always send them to you, and $10 each will be the choice. So that we will set over there. Let's see then. Oh, you were a 50s child, so that was actually that was unusual for then. My niece was born in 1988, and by then there were starting to be a few stars in the world. So, all right. This next piece I think is a lot of fun, and this might be fun to do with kids or grandkids, or if you're a scrapbooker, this might be something to have for you because we'll show you what's inside. This is going to start at $12. So $12 is the opening bid. I don't know if I have the one from Captain January Star, but if you think of it, send me an email and I will try to look for you. So this one is from the 1930s. It's Tommy's Print Shop Signs and Tickets, and it just has the most fun graphics. That's one of the things I really love about the old kid stuff, is it always seems to have good graphics. And it was owned originally by Adele Maroney in 1933, so we know exactly what the date is. And here are the contents. And this is what I think is so neat about it. It has, I can't tip it up too far or they'll all fall out, but it's got its original little ruler. It has everything except the pad of paper it came with. It's got its original ink stamp pad with the lion on it, which I think is really cool. Carol Bloom is in at 12. Thank you, Carol. We appreciate that. Whoops, there we go. And yeah, I think this is just the sweetest. Susie Cal is at 14. And it's just got great things. It seems to have all of the little pieces. They're not in order, but it looks like it's got all the letters of the alphabet. I looked at it when I first got it, and nothing seemed to be missing. It has numbers, and of course, it's got rubber stamps. So if you are a scrapbooker or a stamper, or you've got a kid or a grandkid who is, this might be fun for you to play with. I think it's a really fun piece graphically. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning. I know we've got a couple of people interested, so please get in your final bids. because I do want to keep moving on and get you folks to get a chance to look at a bunch of stuff today. So we are going once, we are going twice, and we are gone bid end. I do recommend that you refresh frequently because it is kind of hard sometimes to keep up with this stuff on the bidding. And it is in great condition for being 1933, I think. I thought it was in terrific shape. Oh, a couple people jumped in right at the last moment, and wow, last minute bidder, Mary Feliggy. Sorry, Mary, I've not met you before, so I'll have to work on your name. Mary Feliggy, if you would, if I'm saying that right, if you would please send your email information to me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com, and I will get that out to you, and thank you very much. I'll just need to know your email address, your mailing address, and if you are interested in if you're interested at all in paying by Cash App or Venmo instead of PayPal, let me know that. Otherwise, I need your PayPal address. All right, well, that really was fun. Okay, now I told you about every 5 items we were going to just throw something completely different in the mix, and I think that it's time to do that. And I'm going to throw in something that it's fun, it's definitely whimsical. I don't know that you could really say that this is childhood related, but it is a really neat piece. And you might have seen it in my video on Monday because I got it in Colorado Springs. And it is a complete departure from what we've been doing, but it is a really fantastic Venetian glass bowl from, I would say with the lavender, probably 1960s. This is going to start at only $20, believe it or not. We are starting this at $20, so that is the starting bid. It is a wonderful piece. You can see the controlled bubble here. It does have, yes, hey, I see Heidi there. Hi. We're going to be together tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern on her channel and my channel, simulcasting a Fenton Convention reunion, roundup, recap, and sale. Live sale there. So Sharon is at $30 on this piece. It does have a Venetian glass mark on the bottom. I cannot read anything other than made in Italy glassware, so we don't have a maker name on here. If anyone out there recognizes this label, which I do not, they might be able to pinpoint a particular maker on that. And yes, wow, I think wow is a good description for this. This one is almost 10 inches tall at the handle. Now, when they made these, all of these were pulls, right? And then they just took the last pull and pulled it up and made the handle out of it on each side. Otherwise, it would have just been a bowl. The thing with that is it means that these are not really fused together. So you have to be careful with these. That's why you should really not pick these up by the handle. Because a lot of times these are not actually even joined together and you stand the risk of breaking the piece. It really is for decoration. Do I think it's Murano? I'm inclined, Mary, it's, my email address is theantiquenomad@gmail.com, just like my stage name. Do I think it's Murano? I'm inclined to think it is because of the quality of the controlled bubbles and the fact that it's got this great color, it's cased, it's 2-layer. It seems a little more complicated. But again, we can't read this label to be absolutely sure. I'm going to call fair warning on this piece. We currently have Sharon Carter at $30 as our high bidder. So get your final bids in if any of you other folks are interested in this very, very pretty piece. The other thing I wanted to mention about it, it has, and they'll be almost imperceptible here. See where it looks like you see a line here? It's actually on the outside of the glass. That is called cording. Sometimes when they're making these pieces, especially with cased glass, when they pull back, they will get a little tiny string of glass that will come down and adhere itself to the outside of the piece. And so that's why you have that sort of thing. So when you see pieces and you say, gee, it looks like a line, but it's raised on the outside, that's called cording, and it's just something that happens sometimes when you're hand making glass. Is this an experiment? I don't think so. I think this was made in their line as a permanent thing. And oh no, Leah, there's lots of people who prefer other things, and that's why we're going to do a lot of other things today. But this piece I think is really beautiful, and we are going once, we are going twice, and we are gone and sold. And we will see if anyone else came in at the last minute. Otherwise, I think this is going to go to Sharon Carter, but we will find out here shortly. Just will take a minute here. And thank you, Susie Cal. That is true. I should have a ticker running again. I'm soloed this week because Zeno has been down, not feeling well, and I just don't want to try to complicate things anymore because I'm kind of doing this as we go on. Okay, so it looks like Sharon Carter, you are the winner of that piece. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and put your name down. And I know that I've got, I think I have some other things for you, so we'll try to combine everything if it's safe to do so with that piece. So there we go. All right, well, let's get back on to childhood and whimsy and all that kind of fun stuff because we've got some here. I'm going to put on something that's a little different. You folks may like these. I do. Or it may be that this isn't exactly your speed, but I think they're really fun and something different, and they're in great shape. And they are a pair of child-sized moccasins. These are about 7 inches long, and they are made of a very soft skin. They're actually very sweetened, very comfortable. They have Plains Indian sewing on them. These are native made. These are not Minnetonka or any of those other production companies. These are actually made by people who were the crafters of these things. $15 is the opening price on these, and I see Love from Spruced and Gussie. Well, that's great. And Leah, this is not glass, so at least it's something different for you too. I think they would display well. Honestly, usually what I do is, and you want to use tissue paper that's acid-free, but for display, usually put paper in them, and then they'll show up three-dimensionally like if they were on your feet. And they are just darling. They are so neat. And I see Carol at $15. She's actually from the land where Minnetonka is very popular. So Carol at $15 is our opening bid. I would say age-wise that these probably, we're going to take a look in here, the way this leather is done and the way the seams are and the sewing, I would say these probably date to the 1940s or 50s. And particularly with this color. We've got two people at 15, but Carol had the first bid in, so currently Carol is the high bidder. And you can see all of the work they do here too. All of the sewing and all of the beading, it's very intricate. It actually is a lot of work to make one of these. And so, yes, we've got two folks at 15, and so, yes, that lag, I know. Currently, the high bid is 15, and in the event of a tie, then the person who bid it first gets it. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning on these because I know with the lag, I need to let you folks have some extra time to get your final bids in, so please do, and we will sell these here in just a moment. These came out of a very large collection of Native American items that I've been selling off for the past 2 years that came from Washington State. A lot of the items were West Coast, but they did do some plains beading as well. And these are just about the last of the moccasins that I have from that. I think these are the last pair, in fact. So we're going to wait for just a minute more. And it is amazing the beads are intact. Yeah, I don't think these were heavily worn. I think they were put in a drawer, and that's why they're flat. So we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone and sold. And we're going to see who ends up with these. And they're very cute, and I'm glad that they're going to find a new home. We had Carol at 18 was our last bid. We're waiting to see if another bid comes in or if the bid end comes in first. And there it is. So Carol Bloom for $18. That's ICU for that, and thank you very much. I think they're very cute, and I think you'll really enjoy having them, and you're in the right part of the country to enjoy those, that's for sure. Okay, next I'm going to do a choice here again. And these are going to be choices of two calendar prints. And they feature the Dion quintuplets because I wanted to go with that childhood theme today. And I thought these were really fun. They are going to start at $10 each. So $10 is the starting bid on these. And they are just so sweet. The Dion quints were born in, I believe it was 1934, and they were an immediate, it was a huge media circus when it happened, because they were born to a very poor family in Quebec, and no one had successfully given birth to quintuplets before. And this is, of course, before all of this, fertility stuff we do. So having multiple children was very unusual back then, and it became an international sensation. So much so that the little girls here who, gosh, I thought one of these had their name. Yes, this one has their name because I can never remember them all. There's Emily, who is still alive. She's the only one left. There was Marie, and there was Annette, and there were a couple of others. The Quints had a difficult life, actually, because they were. Yes, my mom was born in 32 as well, and her younger sister, when she went to school the first day, announced to everyone that she was one of the quintuplets, and she was quite a phenomenon in her school until the teacher pointed out that where are the other four, and everyone figured it out. So $10 is the opening bid if you're interested in either of these. These are old calendars. This one is going to be when they're about 5 years old, so late 30s. We've got Carol Bloom at $10 on these. And the other one is 1945. So at this point, they're starting to grow up and have chores. The Quints ended up basically, because the family was poor and didn't have a way to take care of 5 children, and because it was such a phenomenon, and it was the Depression, and Canada was doing very badly, and they needed an attraction, the government basically co-opted them, built a place called Quintland, and their life was completely on display during their childhood for years, and people would come and stare at them through a window. It had to be very strange. And so a lot of them had a rough time. But it certainly was such a phenomenon at the time, and they did end up becoming very famous because of it. And I think they're very cute, and the graphics are very cute. We are going to go to fair warning on this. We have a bid in. If anyone else is interested, this is your chance. It's going to be choice on these, so let us know, and please do put in your bids now. I know we've got a lot of lag out there. Refresh if you need to. I'm going to keep going with the sale here for probably another 30 minutes, so I do want to keep moving on here. And we are going once, we are going twice, and we are gone. Sold, and we are going to wait for Carol to tell us which one of these she's interested in, presuming another bid doesn't come in at the very last second. And we did get a last second bid from JC, and JC, it is your choice instead. So JC, please please do, and yes, Sativa Queen, the government, there is a huge thing now with all of the First Nations that were taken to the reservation schools. It's really been a terrible story. Please double check, yes. JC won for $11. So JC, it is your choice if you'll let us know in the chat if you want one or both of these. We'll call this one Farmers and this one Duck Pond. And so you can let us know if you want both of them or just one. And let me get this down here. It's JC. And yes, all natural birth and at home. That was the part that was amazing. Okay, JC is going to take the duck pond. So Carol Bloom, if you are interested in the one with them farming at the backup bid, you are welcome to have it. Please let us know in the chat if you are interested in this piece. Because I think, was it Carol Bloom? I want to make sure. Yes, Carol Bloom was our backup bidder at $10. So Carol will take this one. Thank you, Carol. All right, let me make notes of those really quickly. And I will say pond and farmer. So the pond goes to JC, and Carol Bloom gets the farm girls. Very good. And we have our totals there. Okay. Well, we're at this point where we're going to do another non-childhood item. It's funny because at first I thought, well, I'll grab the apple because you take apples to your teacher, but this other piece was cuter, so I thought you'd like it better. And it is let's see really quickly. Can I do this as... Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this as choice, actually, if you'll bear with me just one second. And the choice is going to be, it's going to be a choice because it's two very different things. They're both going to start at $12. And thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the lives too. I'm just glad that I'm figuring out how to do them and muddling through on my own here. Okay, so here's the choice. It's two very different things. They're going to start at $12 each choice. So $12 is the starting bid. On the one side, we have the piece I was talking about. It is a Venetian glass. It could be Murano. There's not really an easy way to tell. So I'm going to say Venetian to be on the safe side, but it's got the nice golding and the gold fleck in it. This is cranberry glass. And this one is a little 4-inch pear with the leaf on it. I think it's a very pretty piece. So that is one of the choices. The other choice is this very nice Russian enameled lacquer box. Now, I want to tell you before you start bidding on it, it does seem like it has a little bit of surface disturbance. You can kind of see, it's not really visible, but when you look really close, see in the light there where there's that little line where the glare is. I just want to make sure you see that because I don't like to sell things and have people not be aware of condition beforehand. But there's nothing wrong with the box. It opens great. It's got the nice inside. So it is choice of two very different items. I thought, you know, when we're, like I said, about every 5 items, we're going to break out of childhood into some other things. And so this might be a rather diverse choice, but I thought it'd be a fun choice to make. So it's either the cranberry Italian glass pear or the Russian enamel box, or both if you're the high bidder. We have Joy Maness at $16, Corinne at $17, and there are some really neat, I just think both of these are really nice pieces. The quality is good. I always like the Russian painting because they're all based on fairy tales, and I think this one has to do with their version. It's basically their version of St. George and the Dragon. I have a book on Russian fairy tales that helps interpret these, and I can't say other than the Firebird that I've really completely caught on. But this is the Russian enamel box, and you can see how delicate and detailed all of that fine painting is on it. And then the pear, I'll show you one more time. We're going to call fair warning here, by the way, so please do get your bids in if you're interested in these. It's clear that these are making kind of a hit with you folks, and I want to make sure that whoever wants first choice gets it. So please refresh, please put in your last bids now, because we are very close to the end of this one. And again, here's your two choices. You've got the Russian box or the Italian glass piece, or both. If they both strike your fancy, take them both. We've got Patricia at $20 is our current high bidder, and we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone. So we're going to put in that bid end and see who is the winner of first choice on these items. And Patricia at 22, Joy at 23. Just waiting for that bid end to see which one of you folks gets it. Aha. Okay, it looks like Joy Maness got in just ahead of the wire. I'm sorry, Corinne. It appears that the bid end came in just before. Sean, if you're able to confirm that, I'm seeing it on my end, so I'm assuming that I'm getting the same lag as you folks. So I show Joy as the winner of these pieces, and if that's the case, Joy, If you'll let us know, you'll take the box. Okay, very good. Corrine, are you interested in this piece as the backup bidder? Please let me know. I'm going to write Joy's name down here. Okay, it was Joyce. Very good. We got the right person. That's important. But Corrine, if you're interested in the Italian glass, all good. Okay, not for you. Very good. Well, we'll put that aside for another sale. And well, actually, we had a few people. Patricia Delisle, you are the next backup bidder. If you are interested in the glass fruit, oh, I'm confused. Corrine, are you saying yes to? Are you saying yes to the? Okay, I guess I am meaning Patricia. Yeah, it's Patricia. Okay, Patricia's the backup bidder. I'm sorry, Patricia. I did not mean to mess this up. I got a little bit confused by the bid there. Patricia was the backup bidder. I apologize. I got that mistaken. So Patricia, you have the first choice on this. If you do not want it, then Corrine is the backup after that. Let me just find out if Patricia wants it, because she did have the backup. Corrine, I'm so sorry about that. That is my fault. I got lost in the bidding. So Patricia, if you're interested in this, you do have the first choice if you want the pair. If not, then Corrine will get it. So please let us know, and we'll just wait just a second about that. And again, I'm very sorry for the mistake. Sometimes when you're following the bids, and they all come in at the last. She was bidding on the box. Okay, Corrine, this is meant for you. Everything turned out fine. I appreciate it. I will put you down, Corrine, for this, and this will be yours. So all's well that ends well, I guess. Thank you all for being so patient with me. I hope you're having fun with this. I am too. We have a little bit more stuff to show you, so let's keep going. And I think that oh yes, I think these will be fun. I think it's time for this. And I have another, and this is Choice this time, Choice of Oz books. These are older editions, and look at the graphics. Aren't they cool? And we've got the Land of Oz and the Scarecrow of Oz. We are going to start these at $15 each. So 15 is your opening bid, but let me show you condition and everything so that you know what you're getting. The condition overall is good, but worn. This one, the spine is cracked, as you can see, but it is intact. There's no tears or any damage that we see on either of these. They're just worn because they were loved, and you can see why, because they're so great, and the graphics are so cool. And then the Scarecrow of Oz, there's a few little bumps and normal wear on the cover, but it's clean inside. The graphics are good. These are a couple of the ones that were, these were originally done about 1915 with these graphics, and then they were so popular when the movie came out that they reprinted some of these. So these are likely to be 1930s editions. You do see a little bit of string here I want to show you. So, it's a little bit old and worn, but they are just great, and it will be your choice between the two of these. I just think the graphics are so fun. This one's the popular edition, which came out when the movie came out, and this one's probably might be just before the movie, actually, the Scarecrow. So they're really fun. They're intact. They're good reading copies. The graphics are fun. If you wanted to sit and read it with a grandkid with reasonable care, you could, and you could let them touch it and look at it, and it wouldn't hurt it. And yeah, I agree. I think they are heartwarming. I just think they're the sweetest things. I love the color. My mother collected these, and so I grew up with the whole set of these. And just wonderful stories, and so many stories. L. Frank Baum did the first 10 or 12, and then he passed on, and Ruth Plumley Thompson did a whole bunch, and then the illustrator even wrote one of the books. So yeah, I think they're really great. I'm going to call fair warning. We have a high bid currently of Choice at $22. And so get in your last bids, because I know the lag has been tough today. We're all kind of suffering from it. So let us go ahead and give you a moment to do that before we wind down the bidding. And we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone and sold. And we're just going to wait to see the bid end come up and see who the winner of these is. And they'll have their choice, and if they don't take both, then the backup bidder will have the second choice. So we're just going to wait for that bid end. Okay, and I see Shauna Pogue at $25. Will you please let us know in the chat which one of these or both that you would like, and we will put them aside. She wants both. I don't blame you. If you're interested in others, like I said, I have a rather large collection right now. So if you have particular titles you're looking for, let us know, and we will try to see if we have those for you. And Shauna, thank you very much. Let me get your name in here. And I know, Shauna, I don't think I've ever sold to you before, so please do, and all of you who are high bidders today, please do send your information to the antiquenomad@gmail.com so I can get you an invoice and get things going for you. Okay. These next guys are, I think they count for whimsy because this was the sort of thing you put on a table when you had kids because they thought this stuff was delightful. And so does everybody now. In the 50s, these were the thing, and they made jillions of different kinds. I have not actually ever had the eggplant salt and pepper before. I love these anthropomorphic faces and the fact that they're eggplants. Eggplant is something I really love, so you know, I have to say they look delicious. They've got great eyes. We're going to start these at $7 is the starting bid. I got these at the sale in Washington. If you saw the video where I was riding around on the golf cart in the 55 and over trailer park at their community-wide sale, that was so much fun. I would love to go shop by golf cart all the time. We've got Sativa Queen at $7 is our opening bid. And these are 1950s Japan. The condition's really good. Now, they missed the paint in the back a little bit here. This is not chipping. This is actually just where it just seems like it wore off because they would cold paint the black and the red. They couldn't fire it because it would burn off in the kiln. So a lot of this is on top of the ceramic. And sometimes they'd miss a spot, or sometimes the spot would wear away. So that's something to look for with these. Very important, all of these. And yes, aren't they cute and funny? We're at $8, by the way, with Pamela Blanchard. All of these have these great roughs around, and the roughs seem to be in really good shape. I don't see any chips or cracks or any gold missing on those, which is important. And here's this. And we've got, yeah, it's funny that they did so many colors on this particular one. So these were a little bit hard to make compared to their usual. The color had to be applied. All the paint had to be done in different batches because some could be fired on and some couldn't. So they're a lot of fun. I am going to, $9 for Carol Bloom. And I am going to call fair warning on this, so please do get in your final bids because these are going to sell. Look at those great googly eyes. Pamela Blanchard's at $12. She likes these a lot, so do I. And yeah, they're just cuties. And I'm going to put this little, well, this one I think has the better eyes. Woo, he looks a little crazy. And I like that about him. So we are going once. We are going twice, and we are gone and sold. We're going to wait for that bid end to come in, and I'm seeing a lot of people really liking these. They are precious, they are darling, they're really cute, and you know, it is sometimes cute is all you need. All right, we got our bid end, and it looks to me like Pamela at $12 is our high bidder. So thank you. And you know, Pamela, we've been friends through this YouTube for a while, but I don't know that I've actually ever sent you anything. So I will need you to do what all of the high bidders do, which is to send your name, PayPal, or if you prefer Cash App or Venmo, tell me because we can take those too. But your name, your email address, and your mailing address, and send that to me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com, and we'll get these things prepared for you. I'm going to be doing a lot of packing and shipping today and tomorrow, especially because I've got one more sale today at 8 p.m. Eastern with Rosie's Auction House. You can catch it on I think you can go through my regular channel to it, or you can go directly to Rosie's Auction House. But we'll be doing a live sale and Fenton convention recap for those of you who do like the glass. That'll be happening at 8 p.m. tonight. So, okay, let's see. We've got just a couple more things here that we can show you. I think I'm going to go ahead and do choice on these books. Let me get them up here for you. I just need to make a note because there are 3, and I want to make sure we get the right ones to the right people. So, these are going to start at a $5. Oh, yeah, you're okay there. These are going to start at $5 each. They're little golden books, and these are older ones. So $5 is the opening bid. We have Peter Pan and Wendy. We have Hansel and Gretel, and we have Scuffy and the Tugboat. And these are all going to be older ones. I'm going to show you individually. So $5 starting bid on these. These are the original little golden books. These are before UPC labels. So that's the first thing that helps you tell, because UPC labels are going to date back to sometime in the 70s, and these don't have them. And what they do have are these really great advertisements for the Golden Nature Guides, which are pretty collectible now. And there's this one as well. I learned a lot from those when I was a kid. And then this one's advertising other giant little golden books. And these are called the giant size because they are the larger. There's Peter Pan and Wendy with the Walt Disney Studio, and the illustrations are just so great in these. It's just right out. I remember watching The Wonderful World of Disney I think it was that on Saturday night when I was a kid, and they would always have these great graphics. Now, there are value variations depending on, sometimes if you see a letter in the back channel of the book on little golden books, that can be significant, so that's something to look for. I believe we're still at $6. I'm going to call fair warning on these. It will be choice, so the high bidder gets their choice of the 3, any or all. There's Scuffy and the Tugboat. I guess, Scuffy is the tugboat, and Adventures Down the River. And down the river, boy, that sounds like a bad place to go. But he is having adventures, that's for sure. And then the last one, Hansel and Gretel. Of course, a classic story about 2 children who almost became a very delicious meal. And so we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone. Sold. So we're going to wait to see if Spruce and Gussie Jenny is our high bidder, or if someone else comes in at the last second while we wait for the bid end to come in. And then she can have her choice. Okay, that's the bid end. I see Spruce and Gussie Jenny at $6 choice. If you'll let us know which one or ones of these that you want. Hansel and Gretel. Scuffy, and yes, I like the spine patina too. That was kind of a neat look. When you have a bunch of these in a rack, they actually look pretty good. And she wants Scuffy. Okay, that's great. All right, let me put Spruced and Gussied. And then that means we actually do have 2 available for our background bidder, and the first person to put in the $5 bid was Carol Bloom. So Carol, are you interested in either of these books? If you'll please let us know in the chat. And if you're not, then Sativa Queen will have the choice of the other 2. But I've got to let Carol have first choice because she put in the bid first. So Carol, if you'll let us know in the chat if either of these are for you, and then Sativa Queen will have the option for the 3rd one. So we'll just wait a minute on that. And then I've got I think 2 more lots for you. And I think that they're cute and fun and you'll enjoy them. So let's Let's see here. We're just waiting to see if Carol is interested in either of these. And when that comes up, then we'll go on from there. I hope you folks are having fun. I think we'll probably go till 2 more lots. We'll probably go till about 12:30 and 12:30 my time, which is 1:30 Eastern, and then let you go on to other sales or the rest of your day. Just waiting to hear from Carol. If you're interested in either of these as a backup bidder, please let me know. And what else can I tell you? Well, gosh, we've had a really active week. We had a lot of you with us for our premiere last night and a bunch of you in our chat. That was a lot of fun. And then the sale now, and then the sale at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then I'm going to take a little break and go back to producing videos. Okay, I'm not hearing anything from Carol. I'm going to put these aside for now. Carol, if you'll let us know if you are, oh wait, here we go. Can you refresh without losing us? I'm not sure if I can, unfortunately. I'm afraid it might cut us off. Okay, let's see. Both. Oh, Carol wanted both. Okay, thank you very much. Carol gets these two. All right, I've got it now. I'm caught up, and that's why you were telling me to refresh. My comments got stuck for a minute, so I've got you. Carol wants them. She's going to get the two of them, and Spruce and Gussie is going to get Scuffy the tugboat. And all right, so let me get this piece next. And we'll put our lovely sheet over everything again so you don't have to look at my eBay stuff back there. Okay, so this is our penultimate item. And it's big, but it's lightweight, so it can go easily in a box, and it won't cost a ton to ship. It might have to go UPS, but it is this really, really nice three-dimensional die-cut Valentine. And look at the way it pops out there. This is going to be from about the 19 teens. We are going to start this at just $15, and I'll talk about it while we look at it. I want you to note there is one flag missing at the top. Other than that, I don't see any losses. It seems like they framed this up in order to preserve it. It must have been important to whoever had this. It probably weighs, maybe 3 pounds. It's actually a very lightweight shadow box, and you can see it's very deep and all ready to hang on the wall. And it's got this nice hanger on the back, and it looks like Carol is starting us off on $15 on our bid for this. I just think it's amazing, the detail. I know there's a little bit of glare here, and it makes it a little hard to see all the detail, but I do think it's a pretty great piece. Kitschy Cat likes it, I think a lot of us. And yes, very intricate, yes. The Germans did these around 1900, 1910. Die cut was a big deal for them. They got these very precise dies made where they could just cut things and do these very intricate details, and this is mechanical, so it folds out into multiple levels, and someone really loved this to frame this up like this. So I think it's a great piece. Pamela's at 16, we've got Corinne at 18, and yeah, it is absolutely really sweet and pretty. And the size on the shadow box, because you're going to need a place on the wall for it, it's going to measure, let me get you it's going to measure about 16 by 12 in shadow box form, and it will come off the wall about 7 inches. It's actually a pretty deep shadow box. So yeah, I think this is a really neat piece. Patricia's in at 21, and it is all ready to go. It's nice that it has a wire hanger. By the way, just as an aside, don't use string to hang pictures, because string eventually wears, and I have seen pictures that seem perfectly fine held up with string that the string just got old and snapped, and the picture ends up on the floor and the glass in a million pieces. So it does make sense to use the wire. Even that cheap florist wire can be good for that. Carol is in at 22. I'm going to call fair warning on this. And yes, you're right. It could just set on a shelf. It does not necessarily have to hang. This came out of an estate in Louisiana, and I just thought it was such a neat thing. So we are at fair warning. Get your final bids in because we are going to sell this piece, and then we're going to move on to our last item, which will be a choice at the very end here. So we are at $24 with Patricia Delisle, and Mary Beth is in at $25, a new bidder. And we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone and sold bid end. We're going to just wait to see who our high bidder is when this comes through. We've got Mary Beth at 30 currently. And we're just going to wait to see the bid end come in. Oh, you got some of the big calendar toppers. I think those are really neat. I haven't had any of those in ages. Okay, very good. Well, Mary Beth, that wonderful, beautiful piece is yours for $30. I don't think that I've sold to you before. I may have and not know, but if in any event, please do send an email to theantiquenomad@gmail.com, and that way if I get your payment information, PayPal email address, your mailing address, then I can get an invoice up and we'll get that sent out to you. Thank you very much. Beautiful piece. All right, the very last thing I'm going to do is, again, we had a lot of fun with Fenton. We have more fun with Fenton coming later, but I'm going to put one Fenton lot up right now as our last item of this sale. Just a moment. I said one, but actually it's going to be choice of two Fenton items. And these are going to start at $20 each. And they're pretty good. And so we're going to show you, first of all, the first choice is this little jewelry box. It's supposed to look like an old, travel valise from times of yore. It is made of Fenton Burmese glass. And so it is going to glow under a black light. It's also got the Fenton label on the bottom. $20 each choice on these. And yes, Rosie is right. This is a glow getter. I was going to hold these for our event tonight when I'm with her at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can catch it on my channel or her channel when we do the Fenton Convention wrap-up and live sale. But I've got so many great things for that live sale that I thought, well, I'll put something cute in this one. The other choice is the elephant here. The elephant, this one's a harder one to get because it's so heavily decorated and the decoration is all over and you don't see that very often. This one was, it's got the signature of the artist on the bottom. They did these in conjunction with Lenox. This was something where they were trying to do a joint promotion. So they made them for Lenox, but it was Fenton that made them. We've got Sativa Queen at $20 here. We've got Sharon Carter at $30. So I knew you folks would recognize these are good pieces. They're both nicely decorated. They both should date to about the same time, which I would say is 1990s in all likelihood. And yes, that was a special one. Heidi really knows her Fenton. And so, and she knows a lot of the decorators, and she's got a pretty good idea of what's scarce and what's hard to find. So, yes, tough decision to choose. And Sean has a great suggestion, which is take both. In any event, we've got $30 as our current high bid. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning here. So those of you folks who are interested in these, this is your last chance to decide what your final bid will be. And then we're going to wrap up this slot and we're going to wrap up this sale. And that'll give me time to get some packing done and some invoicing done so that then I can be ready for my sale with Heidi tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, and yes, she's awesome in person too, I have to say. She is a really fun, really driven, really energetic, very knowledgeable about her stuff, and just a really nice person. I had a lot of fun doing the convention with her. So. Did you sell your schoolboy nodder? No, Cheryl, I did not actually. If you would not, I had intended to put him up today, but I'm kind of running out of time. If you're interested in him, would you please send me an email? I'll be glad to make you a price. And yes, well, Rosie's become her nickname because people like me keep calling her Rosie, even though that's not actually her name. It's Heidi. There's a story there. She told it, and it's a great story. So we are going once on these. We are going twice. And we are gone and sold. And we are going to wait to get that bid end in here, see if there were any other last minute bids, and then our winner will have the choice between the two Fenton pieces or both. And they're both neat in very different ways. So, and that is Sharon Carter. So Sharon, you have choice on these. And if you will let us know in the chat if you want one or both, and that will be great. And then we will wrap up here for the day. I'm just going to wait for her. And in the meantime, I just wanted to, she wants the elephant. Okay, very good. And let me see who our backup was. Sativa Queen, if you are interested in the valise, although I know you're an animal lover, you might have been after the elephant, but if you're interested in the little valise, please let us know in the chat, and that can be yours as the backup. And I'm going to go ahead and put Sharon for the elephant at 30. And we'll wait to see about... Okay, that and it is a great deal on the purse. Yes, that is a good piece. So if you like it, grab it, and if not, well, I'll put it aside and we'll sell it at another time. Sean, actually, because we're doing a simulcast through Rosie, she's actually the host. And so I think that we've got everything under control for that because she's got folks on her end that are going to be working that. When she does her sales, she has Instagram groups and collector groups, and she's got about 4 different groups of people feeding into every sale she does. I don't know how she does it. It's quite phenomenal. So I think we're covered there. But Sean, you have been so much help the last few days, and I am so appreciative. If there's ever anything I can do for you, please let me know. I'll try to figure out how to make you a moderator in the future so that we can do this correctly. It matches the belly from yesterday. Great. Well, Sativa Queen, that is yours. It'll be very nice with the bell, and you'll have fun together. They'll have fun together. And I guess that's it. I have really enjoyed bringing these sales to you. It's been a little herky-jerky. You've been really patient with me. I really appreciate that. Everything seems like it has... and yes, tonight will be really fun. Even if you're not a Fenton glass person, there's going to be some beautiful pieces to see, and I think you'll really enjoy yourself. So come join us in the chat. We are looking forward to seeing all of you, and I am very thankful for all of you being here. And I just, we'll have the live sale tonight. I had fun this week too, and we will do this again in the future. Usually, ooh, yeah, she's going to bring a bittersweet swung base. Wow, that's cool. I like doing these sales. I usually do a few in a clump at one time and then don't do any for a while because I've got other commitments. So that's why I don't do them consistently, but I sure enjoy doing them when I can. And I really appreciate all of you for coming and joining us and having fun along with us. I hope those of you who won enjoyed the things you got, and I hope the rest of you enjoyed watching and hearing about all of it. Thank you so much, and we will see you again either tonight at 8 at Rosie's Auction House or on my channel, simulcast, or we will see you for our next video premiere on Monday. Take care and bye for now. Thank you all very much.